Hello, hello. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and joining me live today as I talk about act as if. So, act as if is from Neville Goddard, and he shares this and he talks about it. And the way that I'm going to explain it is probably going to be a little bit different, but I felt the need to come on and talk about it because it's something that, I have assumed. I love the law of assumption. That is one of my favorite metaphysical laws, the law of assumption, as well as the law of circulation, because the law of circulation says that as you circulate something, then you get it back. And I think of that in terms of money. So as I pay things out and I bless people, then I get it back. The law of circulation. And so the law of assumption says that you assume a thing and it is. And so today I want to talk about acting as if, which is another thing that Neville Goddard is famous for and that most people know him for. Acting as if. And Wayne Dyer likes to talk about it like this: as the wish fulfilled, is acting as if the wish is already fulfilled. And so that is the same thing that I'm sharing about acting as if. And so for me, when I think about that, acting as if means that if you got your manifestation, the thing that you were asking for, the thing that you were believing God for, the thing that you spoke out to the universe, if you got that thing, how would you act? And so that is really the principle behind acting as if. So if you got that thing, if you already had the money that you were wanting, the money that you've been calling in, the money that you've been praying for, the money that you've been asking God for, what if you got that already? How would you act? Would you still be not wanting to spend money, afraid to spend money, holding on to every dime and every dollar? Would you still be doing that if you already had everything that you required? Would you still be running around here living in lack because you're afraid to spend what you have because you think there will not be any more? Would you still be in that space? Or would you be doing all the things that you desire to do because you knew that you have this money? You knew that you have this job. If it's a job that you're looking for. Some people dream of jobs. I do not. But some people dream of jobs. And so suppose you had that dream job. So how would you act when you had the dream job? You wouldn't be running around trying to find something. You would be doing the dream job, acting as if. And so you want to put yourself in that vibration. And what I call it the frequency of abundance. And so when you begin to put yourself in that space where you enter that frequency and you begin to act as if, you begin to see the things that you are desiring to manifest happening already in your life. You begin to see those things that you have been praying for, the things that you've been calling in to the universe, into your awareness to happen because you already know that it is. And so how would you act? How would you act if you knew that the love of your life was here and that you were going to get married? How would you act? Wouldn't you be planning your wedding or planning, how you're going to get married? Some people want to go to the courthouse or have a little something, at a park or wherever, Vegas. How would you act? How would you act? You might act as if you are ready to find your dress. If you're a female or, somebody that's wearing a dress, you might be looking around for your dress. You might be looking at who you're going to invite to be in your wedding if you're planning a wedding. Or you might be looking for things to use for your bachelor party or your bachelorette party. Or you may be picking a best man or a maid of honor or a matron of honor. You see what I'm saying? So these are things that you might be doing when you start acting as if. And so I know that there are things in your life that you desire and that you are manifesting. So how would you act once you receive your manifestation? And once you get into that space and that frequency where, regardless of what anybody says, regardless of anything that you are doing, you are still within that manifestation. That manifestation is already here for you. Your abundance is already here. How are you going to act? You know, we actually were speaking about that last night, my husband and I, about what we would do when we got our first million. How would we act in essence? What are we going to do? And so these are things that I like to think about when I am thinking about acting as if, and when I am considering the manifestations that are here for me already. The ones that I've been speaking of, the ones that I've been waiting for, the ones that I've been calling in, the ones that I've been journaling on. You picking up what I'm putting down? Because I know that a lot of y'all are journaling on these manifestations. You are doing a process called scripting, which is writing as if it has already occurred, as if you're speaking to a friend or you're sharing it on social media even, but different ways that you will act as if. And so when you begin to do that, you've scripted and you've prayed, you've said it, robotic affirmations or whatever. There's so many different techniques that you can use for manifestation, but typically they all boil down to, how does it make you feel? How do you feel about said thing? How do you feel like this thing is here? Like me, I feel like this thing is here and I am so excited. And so as I am excited, then I'm acting as if it has already happened in my life, as if I have already accomplished this thing. And so when you begin to do that, and Neville says it like this. He shared a story about how he wanted to go to Barbados, but his physical body was in New York, but he wanted to go to Barbados. And at that time, the way that you went to Barbados was on a ship. I think it probably took a long time to get there. I don't even know, but that's the way people traveled at that time. And so he didn't have passage to go to Barbados at that time. Either he didn't have the money, or I think it was that he didn't have the money, neither did they have passage, or one or the other. Well, anyway, point of the matter is he acted as if he was already in Barbados. And so when he went to sleep, and this is something that I've been doing as well, when he went to sleep, he imagined that he was in Barbados. So he put himself in his imagination in Barbados. And so you can guess what happened. He ended up getting on that ship and going to Barbados in real life. And so this is how this happens when you begin to use these techniques and acting as if your wish was already fulfilled. And so when you begin to do that, I am telling you, it will change your life. And you can do this with everything and all things. You can do this with sickness, because I've done that. You know, I actually did it just today. I hit my head on a corner of a desk. And so I didn't realize, I realized I hit it because it was smarting. It was really kind of hurting. And so I looked, and I had my husband look at my head to see if, I had, busted it open, if there was any blood, because it hurt like that. And so what I did was I just touched my head, and I assumed that that pain was going to go away, that it was going to be no more hurting and no swelling. And that is what I've done. And you know what? It is gone. And so I started doing that with everything, because I feel like we can do this with everything. It doesn't have to be just finances or just things. It could be with sicknesses and disease and illness, because all of these things are controlled by your mind and your most wonderful imagination. I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, because this shit excites me so much, because so many years of living on the fringes, So many years of not getting our birthright, the things that we are supposed to have. So many years of knowing that we can speak what we desire because life and death are truly in the power of the tongue. So many years of this, but not knowing how to put this thing together, not knowing how to string this sentence together so that I can have, be, and do everything that I desire. And I'm speaking that for you as well, my friends. I am so overjoyed with, the revelation of this thing. Because y'all know what? This is not a new thing. It's not new. It is not new. However, I am sharing it in a different way than I've heard other people share it. Because I need people to know that this is possible for you as well. It's not just possible for Neville and Florence Scotian and Joseph Murphy and some of these other amazing Reverend Ike, some of these other amazing thought leaders. It's not just for them. It is for all of us to do. It is for us to take hold and grab a hold and act as if. Speak our manifestations. Stand on them and know, regardless of what comes at you, because I'm telling you, the things will try to come at you. However, once you know that it is here, that it is done, that you are who you are, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can tell you any different. And you will begin to really act as if. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when you feel like everything is right in your world, you have a different kind of walk. You walk differently. You hold your head up higher. You put your shoulders back a little more. I mean, you have a different type of walk. It's like when you know that you are supported, it doesn't matter what you do, you are supported. You act differently. You walk differently. You speak differently. You act as if. And so that is really what I'm sharing today is act as if. Neville Goddard has written the blueprint for that. And to be honest with you, so many other people have shared about this, and I'm just one. However, I know how it works, and I am actually using this in my own life. So I share from experiences that I've had. I'm going to share with you what Neville said as well. I'm going to share some examples that he gave, but I'm going to share examples that I know that have happened and worked in my life and in people that I have worked with life. So again, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me, for joining me today on this live, and make sure that you subscribe, that you like, that you share, and you subscribe. And don't just share randomly, y'all. Share with people that you know need to hear this good word, that you know are struggling with acting as if and using these laws to revolutionize and to enlarge and grow and enchant their lives. And so, if that is you, make sure that you are following me here and that you are subscribed and you hit the bell for notifications so that when I pop on with these impromptu lives that I like to do every day, and I do go live daily. So, and also follow me at Intuitive Tammy on TikTok. And also favorite it if you're there. It's a newer platform, newer live stream platform. Favorited. So I'm Intuitive Tammy on TikTok as well as on Favorited and here as well. So make sure that you are sharing and that you are, letting people know that I'm out here giving this good word and helping people and, snatching off the gates because that is who I am. I am a snatch off the gates because I am not playing with these gates. And I'm not allowing people to be stuck behind these gatekeepers. So, again, thank you for hanging out. I have a few opportunities that I would like to share. I have a karma clearing and DNA activation workshop that is happening. We're going to do it in August, but I think we're pushing it back till September. And so it's going to be 4 weeks long, doing it with my friend Clairvoyant Jess, who will be helping people to activate their DNA as well as clear their karma. And that is going to be fire, and I cannot wait. And so it is 4 weeks long. And so we also are doing, I'm also doing a multi-author book called Passing the Pearls about stories about our amazing grandmothers. So if you have an amazing grandmother and you'd like to share a story, reach out to me because I'm taking people to come and join us in this collaboration. I'm so excited about it. I made it super reasonable for the buy-in, so definitely reach out to me if that is something that you are looking to do, especially if this is something like if you're like me and your grandmother was amazing and you really just want to share and let people know how amazing she was. That is what I'm looking for. And so we're looking for probably about another 5 or 6 people to join us so that we can get this book done. I would love to get it done by the end of the year. So, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate your time, value your subscription, and I hope that your day is magical and that all is well in your world. Bye now. Baby, you out?